In your own words, why would you say football is the biggest sport in the world?
I just feel that football's pure entertainment from the minute you leave the house, the excitement of going to the game, getting ready for the game, putting your lucky socks on, and then when you go into the stadium, I think it's just that feeling of emotion when you get there. It's your club, my club, and makes it the greatest sport in the world.
How would you describe your personal relationship with the club?
I feel a part of the club. I've supported them for over 50 years now, and I just felt sort of a part of the club from day one, where I used to go with my pals when I was younger, and occasionally we'd get a seat ticket given to us, which was like a massive day out then, because we stood in the Fulwell end or the Roper end if we couldn't get in the Fulwell end, occasionally in the paddock. And then it's just grew from there. My daughter got into football. She's gone as a season ticket holder since she was 7 years old. She's now 31, still goes. So it's a massive part of our life.
You were saying there about the old stadium. Do you have an earliest memory with the club at all?
I think the earliest memory would be the 73 Cup run. I can name the team. And it just meant so much to the city and the club and everything. And we've dined out on it for 50 years, haven't we?
Do you remember the day specifically? What was the atmosphere like?
The day, I remember the day, yeah. So I went every home game in the cup run with my cousin. He was a little bit older than me. And then my father got 2 tickets for the Wembley final. So he hadn't been any of the games, and he decided he'd go with his pal. So I sat at home and watched it on TV with my mother. And back in the day, I would only be 11. So I was allowed a shandy. So I had a beer shandy, and I watched the match with my mother, and that's my memory of the 73 final.
Did you say it's maybe your favourite memory with the club?
One of my favourites, yeah.
Do you have a favourite?
I think the latter one at Wembley, and sort of winning the championship playoff final in the way that we won it, the manner that we won it. That's probably the most modern day favourite memory.
Why do you think it means so much to people on a fundamental level?
I think it goes back to the sort of the working class roots, where football was an escape, maybe from the mundane of, it was a very industrial city back in the day, wasn't it? With shipbuilding and the pits, the collieries. I think, men back in those days, it was really hard work, physical work, and it was a release on a weekend to maybe just go for a couple of beers and watch the match. And I don't think it's changed much, it's in our DNA as a city.
Would you almost consider it a religion of sorts?
It's more important than religion. Definitely.
Would you say Sunderland to that end is more a footballing city, or do you think it's a combination of multiple things maybe?
I think it's a footballing region. Much as I hate them up the road, I think it's a footballing region. Even down to Middlesbrough, some of my pals are Middlesbrough supporters, and we have some really good banter about it. And, I want to get them back in the Premier League and all 3 teams be up there.
How does it feel to be back up here now?
It's just, I never thought I'd see it. I think it was, 8 years out of the Premier, and those dark days in League One, I just didn't think we'd ever get back. It's just fantastic that we've made it, and the way we've sort of performed this season, beyond my expectations, that's for sure. Even sitting here today, I can't wait for Sunday and hopefully 3 points against Fulham.
What is your hope for the future of this city, for Sunderland, both city and club?
Well, the city, I think, it's took a long time, but there's quite a lot of construction going on now, and around the old Vaux site, and you just hope that the city centre regenerates itself because of that. I think people are moving into the town centre, there's a lot of development going on, which is housing and that, and around the sort of Sheepfolds area, and that would be fantastic if that gets off the ground. I think that'll really invigorate the city, and it'll push the club to the next level as well. Like, I think, you know, the club being the heart of all that, we just got to stay in the Premier League, really, haven't we? It's the biggest league in the world.